So now we need to define this location change controller or function inside our client side controller. So I will create a controller for this component by clicking on controller here. Okay, and the name should be location change of this function. Okay, and here we will do couple of things, so stay tuned with me. Now first of all, what we will do, we will define a variable by the name token, and on event we will get the params from the URL, and that param should be token here, and inverted quotes, semicolons, closing the statement. If so, this token is nothing. This token is the URL which we get and store the token URL into this token. If token dot index of contact / is 0. If index of this contact is 0, means if that contact, this thing is present in the URL, then what you need to do, then grab that ID from the URL. And how we will grab that ID? We will grab that ID by var, and let's say we create a variable by name contact ID token dot. We need to break that URL into substrings because we need only the ID from the URL. We don't need the complete URL from here. Okay, so if this is there, so we need this ID from here. Okay, so we will go back here, token dot substring and token dot index of the slash, and what we want whatever there is next to the slash, and next to the slash is ID. That's why we are using a slash, so it becomes easier for us to break this into substring and grab different parts of this. So slash plus 1, the next part of that URL, we need this. Okay, and semicolon, statement close. Now what we will do, we will call our method from the controller. So again we will define a var action equals to, you can name it anything you want, component dot get c dot, what is the name of our controller method, find by ID. We will simply copy this and paste it here. Now we need to set a callback. We have been doing this callback thing several times now. Action dot set callback, and before this let us set the parameters as well. Pass this ID to our component, in our component, and this is contact details component. Here we have this attribute by name contact, so let's pass this ID to this, and because we have called this method, so it will return. So let's set this parameter. And how do we do that? Action dot set params and contact ID Okay, so we have set the params contact ID to that contact ID. Now we will set callback, and in the callback we will return this comma the response, and we can type in any arbitrary variable here. So this is the parameter which will be passed, and within this function we will set the contact with the return value. So component dot set v dot contact comma a is a response, so a dot get return return value. Okay, and close this here, close this one here. In the end we know we need to enqueue action ENQUEUE action. Okay, and we need to pass the action variable which we have defined above. Okay, so it's very simple, don't get confused. What we have done here, we have got the parameters token which is the URL, and we have stored this into the variable token here, and we have checked if the ID is present there. If the contact is at the 0 index, then we have broken that into substring and gotten the ID which is next to the slash. Okay, so whatever is the index of this, add a 1 to that, go to the next index, and the next index after this is ID. Okay, so pass that to contact ID, call the method controller method find by ID, set the parameter contact ID to the contact ID because this method accepts contact ID here. So we are setting those parameters from the URL, passing that to this method, and then we are setting a callback after the function is called. The response which we get a contact details, pass the ID here, got the details back. So we set these values to our attributes here. And now we can iterate over that to do whatever we want. We can display the information, whatever we get back, by using this attribute by name contact. Okay. Let's save everything and see if there's any error or any warning or whatever. Nothing is there. Everything is perfectly all right.